Hi guys, how's it going? Okay, so for today's stream, just a heads up that we do have a war that we weren't gonna fight, but now we're gonna fight, and it's all kinds of complicated. So yeah. So just let you know, I'm gonna be defending like a motherfucker. So yeah. How's it going, guys? Tooth just got how's it, and boy do I suck at flying in watching a video again tonight. Oh, congrats on getting how though. How is so fantastic. Hey, Toasted Tacos. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Happy to have y'all here. Alright, like I just mentioned, we do have a war tonight, so I have all my accounts that are currently on my team just kind of chilling here. So if I just gotta defend, I will be defending. I'm gonna try really hard to stay out of my team chat and stuff just because there is some more strategy going on there. But yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. Happy to see ya. Hey, Lenan. Hey, ACD or ACR? Arsid? Arid? I feel like we've had this conversation before. So, Griffin wants help on the thread. What? That's so funny. Oh, this thread is hilarious. Oh, jeez. The fangirl thing is so weird. It is so weird. Don't mind those trolls in the more. Oh, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I know exactly what situation they're talking about, and it's just a giant shit show, but that's fine. Claps! Are they all connected to power? Because my cell dies within an hour if it's not. Yeah, actually, so my 6+ here does die like that if it's not plugged in. But my 8+ lasts, I can play War Dragons for like 5 hours straight without having an issue, which is awesome. Sorry for the blinding light here. I'm trying to get to my emojis so I can heart back at Rack. Hi, Rack. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hey, Biggs. Nice to see you as well. All right, so today we are looking a little bit at Atlas today while I defend in a war. My teeth are going to look weird because of the green screen thing too. So I wanted to go over with you guys the basics of Atlas because I am going to make like a noob's guide to Atlas / what do you do when you first get Atlas. So I wanted to kind of test it out on you guys first to see if there were things that you thought I should bring up, things that I shouldn't bring up, questions that you have, so that way I can just make sure I cover all of that in the video for people. The video is both for my own teammates as we get new teammates to Atlas, but for you guys as well. So that's it. Mrs. Hi! So anything interesting up in the War Dragon stream? Nope. Not at all. Please explain this Atlas crypt. Happy to do so. Hey, Drax! Alright, so let's take a little bit of a look at Atlas. And first we're going to zoom all the way out, and we're going to talk about this section. Thanks for the follow, bro! Oh, so happy to have ya. The tutorial is, I actually got forced to the tutorial. Echo took my phone and was like, I'm just going to push you through this. Because I was locked out of Atlas for a few days. So I have never gone through the tutorial. So this is just based on the stuff that we figured out together. So let's first talk about the buttons that are on your screen and what they do and why you want to click them, things like that. So at the very top left-hand corner, you see this golden compass. And when it turns green, I'm able to rotate the map around using 2 fingers. So you can see here, I have 2 fingers on the screen. I can rotate it around that way. And then let's say I rotate it around. You see the N, of course, points to north. If I touch that again, it locks me at north up to make the map a little bit easier. So if you're interested in rotating around, just click that top little Atlas map icon here. Tap it again to lock it at north. So the color changes from green to orange. So that is the first thing. Right next to that, you see the little soldier helmet with the number 1. That is how many troops I have on my current Primarch, which is 1 troop on my Primarch there in the circle. Thanks for the follow, lady. Happy to have you on the stream. All right, and next you can see where my Primarch is located. We're at the very top of my screen. At the very, very top, it says Alkane or Alkane with that little thingy, Jurassic World. That is where my Primarch is currently located, so that way I can find it. The X and Y coordinates are tied to the map because as the map gets, because the map has been getting larger, it's been getting more difficult to find out where things are and to say, hey, I'm here. So one thing they did is introduce those X and Y. So as I move up, you can see that the Y axis gets significantly smaller. As I move down, if it gets bigger. As I move down, it gets smaller into the negatives. As I move to my left, the X gets bigger. As I move to the right, my X gets smaller. So that is just coordinates to help you find where you are. So thanks again. Thanks for the follow, Rogue. Happy to have you on a stream. So those are the basics of what's going on your screen. I'm definitely going to explain what the rest of the stuff is. Just give me a chance and I'll explain it to you. So I'm just kind of going through around the corners of the screen in Atlas to show you what you see and things like that. And then I'm going to go more in depth in what's actually going on. The store, of course, is just the normal store. It does end up having Atlas packs, which you can see look different in the store themselves. Down here, this is the event icon for Atlas. So if you want to see what's going on in the current Atlas event, you click that. As you can see, it loads here. Going, I have a prize. It claims just like normal on a normal event. It explains everything that it is. So below that, you see I have this little chest. Now this is exciting. If your team owns land and has castles, I'll explain that as well. If your team owns land, you get an egg token bonus a day, depending on how much land you own, what level you own, all this stuff. So if I click this, you can see I've earned 87 egg tokens. Yay! So that's fantastic. And in a second, that same icon place is going to be taken by something else called the Bazaar. The Bazaar is kind of like your daily, what is it? The port, the daily port with the free shit. It's kind of like that, but better. You get Atlas related things only, so no clocks, no timers, things like that. I'm kind of mad that it hasn't spawned already. Let's see if it can force spawn it. Go out of Atlas and go back in. So let's see. All right, so there it goes. You can see it has 23 hours and 49 minutes. So we're going to click that, and this goes into the Bazaar here. So we have a loading. All right, so in the Bazaar, you can see I have all these cards. So it's like a randomization shop. And on these cards is all types of things. So now these crafting shards that you see, these are the things that you need in order to make rider gear, basically. So yeah, these are the shards. And you can see it has the 5-star item, which is a really rare item, all the way down to the 1-star items in as well. So including gold. So I push shuffle here. It turns the cards over. It shuffles shit around. And then I push a random one here. I'm going to click the center like I always do. And I got gold, which I actually quite like. Now you see each card has that blue diamond with the 13 on it. I don't remember what those ones are called, but basically you only use these are the Bazaar stones is what I call them. Each time you open a new card, it costs more of these stones. So you can see I have 57 at the top because I spent them all the other day. And so those allow you to open more. Or you can spend 6.2k rubies to buy them all. If you see things like Dragon Rider shards, which allow you to level up your Dragon Riders, or other such things, those are good things to spend rubies on. So this is the Bazaar. And the last thing, of course, is down here at the bottom left where your normal roster is. So now we have our Primarchs, which now we're going to explain a little bit more about Primarchs, what they are, and kind of the basis of Atlas now that we're in the screen. But first, let me catch up with chat. Oh, I'm sorry, Shah. I'm glad he has good info, though. Don't come get my gold, jerk. All right, so let's talk about Primarchs and let's talk about the basic concept of Atlas. If you guys have ever played the board game Risk or the board game Settlers of Catan, Atlas is very similar to those. So as you can see behind me, there's all these different territories that you can conquer. Now, visually and kind of mentally, you can imagine that Atlas is like war. So you're not like war as in the game, but like real war. So you have troops. You attack another set of people, and the person who kills everyone else's troops wins, and you take their shit, like you take their land, just like normal invasion type situations. Our Primarch, which you can see I have a level 3 fighter. I know, I really have to level it up, but Red been lazy. Red's gotta get her shit together. I thought I leveled it up to 4 the other day. Clearly not. Anyway, so I have my Primarch down here. It's my level 3 fighter. So my Primarch is basically like the general of my troops of my war here. So my Primarch will attack and lead everything into war, and visually you can kind of like imagine a dragon like flying. Yes, they're called keystones, gentlemen. Thank you. You can imagine like a dragon flying and whatnot into war and leading your troops. So That's your Primarch. You don't fly with it. It's not a dragon you fly with. It's basically like a chess piece or a game piece and things like that you move around with and you strategize with, but you don't actually fly. So there are multiple different Primarchs here. Everyone gets a fighter to start. So once you level up your Primarch fighter to level 5, you can then unlock a different fighter, including Rusher, Taunter, Destroyer, and Sieger. If you want a little bit more information about what's going to be best for you regarding the different Primarchs, really see what's on your team. And then Gox on the forums has written a great guide to Atlas to do different things. But basically, to give you some basic advice here, if you are not the highest level on your team, you don't want a Taunter. A Taunter basically makes people attack it, and so you want your highest levels on the team to have a Taunter, so they are attacked and you can defend them the best. The reason why this is good is comes back to the troops. So when you attack someone with, like, so you move your Primarch, you put them against each other and you go, we gotta fight, bitch. And you attack that person, you attack them just like you normally would in the game. So you fly against them, you try to destroy their base. If you 5-flame their base, your troop killed ratio is much higher, meaning you kill more of their troops than they kill of yours. Now, if you fail against their base, you're going to lose a fuck ton of troops and they're going to lose like barely any. So the reason why having a Taunter for your best teammate and your highest level teammate is good is because then people are forced to attack your best bases on the team in order to attack anyone else. So that's kind of a good thing, because then you can shoot bitches down. Hell yeah. It helps protect your lower levels. So that's the main thing here for a Taunter. The other ones, there are a lot of strategic purposes here for the Rusher, the Destroyer, and Sieger. If I remember correctly, the Destroyer is basically pretty balanced. So if you're not a great flyer or you're a lower level, I think I'm really bad at this because I don't run the Atlas think tank in my team. I have to write this down for my video. I think the Destroyer is like the well-balanced one, which is, it's not great attacker, it's not a great fighter, but it's pretty well-balanced here. The Rusher is really, really good for if you're a great flyer, if you're high level, you have great dragons, the Rusher is really good for that. And a lot of people will use the Sieger and the Rusher like hand-in-hand, or the Taunter and a Rusher hand-in-hand, and so you can have multiple Primarchs and really kind of use them simultaneously. So if you want more in-depth details about what Primarchs you should get and what the strategy is behind it, definitely check the forums. A video is not going to be able to help you because you want to sit down and see the stats for that as well. So basically, a Primarch is the general of your troops. Hey, was that Matt Mood? Welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. So that's the basics, that is the Primarch. Thank you for the follow! Love it. So then we can put troops on our Primarch. So our Primarch right now, my Primarch only has 1 troop on it. As you can see on the upper left-hand side of my screen, you see that little number 1. The rest of my Primarchs are in a garrison. So in the garrison, we can take a look-hee-loo. Let's click this. I click the bottom right-hand side of my screen, which is right behind my head, right there. I click this to open an Atlas menu. The bottom button here with the check mark turns on the colors of the teams around me. So if I zoom out and do that again, you can see colors turn on and turn off, turn on, turn off. You can see that Dread over here is white, and that we're like this green, and then Mystic is like a teal, stuff like that. Hey, Kiss! So there's this, and then if I click this scroll, this is where we can see more information. So let's take a look, and now you can see my assets. So you can see I have 1 troop on my fighter, which is located at Jurassic World, and then I have 9,200 troops at my home, which is Relithia. So it gives me the coordinates for my home, as well as all these other things. So this is great. As Rogue is saying in chat here, don't attack with the Rusher, use the trap players for Sieger to attack. There's a lot of great strategies for sure in Atlas and using your, what you want to call it, Primarchs. And make sure you check the forums, and Gox, like I said, has this great thing. It's hats off Dorothy, something like that on the forums. You could check it out. It's a great guide. He has a lot of information that's good for you there. And then, of course, feel free to send me a message. I'll pass along. But in my team, while I'm part of our Atlas think tank, I do not lead it. Hey! So my team really did a lot more research on the statistics of it and the bases and the layout of our bases on our team, and it's all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be great. Don't worry, Rec. I'm actually going to make a formal YouTube video on this. So, yeah. I know, Tony, I don't have a lot of troops. Leave me alone. I lost a lot when we got attacked. Yeah, Rogue, for sure, for sure. Alright, so you can see where my assets are. I can also click my battles. You can see the people I have attacked and have been attacked by. You can see how many troops I've lost, how many troops they've lost. So, for instance, here you can see that I attacked Mystic's Warrior E1S. They lost 5k, I lost 3.3. Same type of situation in my flight. I don't think was as good. I don't even remember anymore. So this is just basically what's going on there. We can go to my team battle, so I can see everyone who has attacked or been attacked on my team, which is really, really helpful here. I can also see contributions. I can see people, how much gold they've donated or had, all these different whatnots, which is great. I can see the top teams in the game and top players in the game as well. So that's under that tab. And the very top here, we have castles. So you can see all of the strongholds that my team owns, and we've called them Dave the Turtle, Jurassic World, and Rulithia. So that's that. Now let's go into some more specifics. So let's go back to our Primarch here. In order to level up our Primarch or to level... Oh, I didn't think... So I'm going to do this. Stoop. So in order to level up our Primarch or in order to level up our Dragon Riders, we need Glory. What Glory is basically just XP, but in Atlas. The only way you can earn Glory is by attacking people in Atlas and killing bitches troops. There has been a lot of changes on how much glory you earn for troops lost and all these different things, but glory is basically you kill bitches troops and you lose some troops. What's not? You get some glory. So there's different ways to get good glory. So for instance, if you have a taunter, which is this really defensive one, you don't want to go out and attack people with a taunter because this is really high defense. This is basically a tank. You sit there, let people hit you while everyone else hits them. So with the taunter, the best way to earn glory is to go to a place and let bitches attack you and kill them. Don't let them 5-flame you, just shoot them out of the fucking sky. So there are a lot of good ways to level up your different Primarchs, and there are pros and cons to each of them. So like Texas is giving, Rogue is giving as well. Texas actually knows quite a bit about Atlas and the different Primarchs as well. So yeah. Hey Zippy. So glory is basically kill bitches shit, get glory. Is how it works. So Tony, if you have a Sieger and a Taunter, a really good thing to do if your team doesn't need you to defend your castles, if you don't own castles yet, because you don't, is to go to a place where people are, trap them with your Taunter, and attack with your Sieger. So that way they're forced to attack your Taunter, which has a good ratio there, but then you can attack with your Sieger so they can't attack your Sieger. So there's a lot of strategies with this. As you can see, I just have a fighter right now because I've really been focusing on some other stuff. I'm behind. I know I'm behind. But if you want some help, definitely feel free to shoot questions out to me. I'll pass them on to Gox or to Spooky or to my teammates, and I'll have to help as much as I can. Can you show example of how you get glory? Will you click? Sure, I'm happy to show you that. So the important thing to know is a lot of you who are new in Atlas, you can't kill people for troops yet because you guys are all stuck in neutral zones. So if you're stuck in a neutral zone, which is a time you can't like conquer a stronghold, you can't kill people's troops. Those are safe places for people's troops. The only way you can get glory is by going into the non-neutral lands. So if I zoom out here, you see how all the lands here have those chevrons. That's the level of the land. If it has the 2 chevrons, the 2 little V's here, that's a level 2 land. The 3 is a 3 land. The 4 or the 3 with the tiny star on top is a 4-star land. And then of course the big gold shiny star is a 5-star land. So the 1-star land, so the ones that don't have anything over here, you see like there's this little pathway that doesn't have anything on it. Those are neutral lands. So when you're in neutral lands here, you can't actually be attacked and lose troops. So for those of you that are brand new into Atlas here, you can't get glory yet. That's basically. Yeah, Shadows knows a lot of stuff too. So Jack, right now what my understanding is you have to wait and check the forums because they haven't unlocked the other land for you yet. They're just not ready to do this expansion is what they've been saying on the forums. So once you guys get out of the neutral land, it'll show you. So for instance, if we go, let's go find a new area. So for instance, you can see here that there is no pathway to get over here, down here. Those pathways are all closed. So yeah, you be stuck. Yep. That's just... You can't go there yet. So once you can, then you can get glory. So unfortunately, I think that's why most of you have so many glory questions, is because you can't get it. But for me, if I were to put a bunch of troops on my Primarch here, if I had to move my Primarch along, and you can see these red guys are not good guys, and the enemies, go and attack them, things like that. Now my Taunter down here, you can see that The Taunters are these little dudes down here, these red dudes. If somebody comes to this island and it doesn't have a shield on it, like it does right now, I'll explain that, they're trapped at the Taunter. They have to attack the Taunter before they can attack anyone else, which is really, really helpful. Currently, though, because there's a PvP event in the main game, shields are up, which means you can't attack anyone on a stronghold. So when this shiny, beautiful, purpley, sparkly sphere is up, you can't attack anyone. So that's kind of the basic rundown of what's going on in Atlas. So that's what things are. Let's talk about how to get shit. So the ways you get troops here is I click the troop tab. Oop, I can collect some troopy troops. I don't know who's calling me. I don't know who you are. Why are you calling me? Alright, finish my troops. So, my troops here, if I look, there's a sliding bar. You need hats and you need gold in order to make troops. Hats replenish at a very constant rate, as you can see here, 1,440 per hour. So you can do this quite a few times per day. And you need gold and troops. So let's go get some gold. When you're hunting gold and you're going out, I really recommend you only put one troop on your Primarch, so that way you ain't gonna die. So you can see right now my Primarch, this little lovely circle here, is rotating around a gold mine. Guess what you get from gold mines? Gold! Yay! So circling around gold mine, this is one place we can get gold. Another place is, if you follow these lovely little arrows, a poacher. And our poacher also gives us shards, like to get some dragon gear. So, yeah. Atlas is complicated at first and it's really overwhelming at first, but once you realize that it's not that complicated, it goes really well. So, I have some experience points on my new rider, but still need dragon rider shards. Yeah, so we can give an example over here. I believe this dude. This is Elsa. So you can see I have dragon rider shards. I just need glory. So in order to level up, I still have a free skill points here. Learn skill. In order to get more skill points, I need to level up the rider, and to level up the rider, I need dragon rider stones and glory. So, yes, you can also attack other players for gold, and there's more than just attack other players. So, hold on just a second, Shadows. Definitely on the right path here. So, in game, the computer bases that you can attack from, we have gold mine, which we're going to attack really quick here. We do our XP rounds in Invader. Can we leave our Primarch there, or do you need to send them home? So your Primarch has to be where you're attacking. So if you want to attack a gold mine, you actually have to have your Primarch circling around the gold mine there. But if you're doing that little circly bit, I would definitely recommend you leave that, again, one troop on your Primarch and leave the rest at home in your garrison. And I'll show you how to transfer that. And I should have told you that already. All right, so we're going to do here with Necrix. My level 51 Necrix. I've been lazy. Gold is going to be a lot easier to get coming up soon. Unfortunately, gold isn't showing in matchmaking, which is really bugging me. Or like replays and shit, which is also annoying. I wish they'd do that. So, the invader base, as you can see, looks gorgeous and pretty here. The bridge is like the bane of my fucking existence, and Jared makes fun of me all the fucking time for it. So this bridge right here on this left, right behind my lightning resist, I'm gonna hit that now. Else that bridge becomes like fucking invincible, like a little piece of shit. So you have to attack it so many times, and if you don't hit it on the exact right time, it just and you can still see it blocks like, oh motherfucker, I pushed the wrong spell. It's just, the bridge is annoying. And Invader Base is not good for Necrix, if you can't tell, other than my shitty flying today. So yeah. Red, I'm so red. I am so red. Hey, welcome, Jonesy. I have noticed that sorcerers handle the bridge a lot better. Hunters are just like, fuck you. And unfortunately, I always forget to kill the bridge, like Shadows is saying. You have to kill it before the turn, like she says, but sometimes Red forgets. Fuck you, all you projectiles. Nah. Alright. Doop. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Right on the screen. Uh-oh. Like a bad kind of red? Oh, like the flashy? No, I wasn't dying in that one. Why am I red? What are you talking about? Are you talking about my her? Nah. Alright, so that is Invader, and we also attack the Invader base when we are looking at, again, the Poacher. And the Poacher also gives us little shards here. So let's talk about troops a little bit more, because I did miss some details. So I have to make sure I have a better little thing of like a list of shit that I need to get done. Alright, so troops. Like I said, you can see my little Primarch floating around here. My Primarch on the screen. I'm gonna move out of the way for this one. So for the Primarch here, you can see my name, you can see my level, you can see my attack, my defense, you can see my level of my Primarch right there. And you can see how many troops my Primarch has right here, which is just 1 troop. So if I want to get more troops, what I have to do is figure out where my troops are. So Tex made a good guide. It's how to find your shit, is what I call it. So I click here again. Am I pink today? I can adjust my green screen thing. It's usually the issue. Maybe I'm just warm. I have been drinking. I don't have a red filter on. All I have is the filter for my green screen. Let me mess with this a little bit, I guess. Is that better? No, now my green screen's all fucked. Oh, what have you guys done? I'm not supposed to mess with this stuff live. Ah! But I know I always look weird because the green screen like takes certain colors out. Is that better? It might just be the reflection from my hair. I don't know. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Okay, anyway, so my assets, you can see I'm at 12k troops now at Relithia. So what I have to do in order to get those troops is I find Relithia, which I know is right here. I'm gonna click here, move now. See? Whee! I don't know what's going on, Griffin. I don't know. It might just be my camera being a little bitch. It's just an iMac camera. It's nothing special. Alright, so I'm at home now. You can see my Primarch is parked. So now I click here, and this little rolly wheelie thing on the right here, I'm going to click this. And I get this reverse bar here. So right now it's saying I want to take troops from my Primarch and put it on in my garrison. But I don't want to move my only troop to my garrison. What I want to do instead is reverse. So I'm going to actually turn on the brightness here. Oh, is my connection shitty? I could turn up the, what do you want to call it? The frame rate for you guys if you want. But sometimes it makes me laggy. So I tend to keep it low. Alright, so pushing reverse, and now you can see I can use this slider bar here to put all types of troops over here on my Primarch. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, whee! Aw, thanks, Griffin. So I can put 12k troops here. You can see I can only hold so many. Or what I can do is type in this little box, and I can say, I want to put 100 or 12 or 120 or whatever. So you can put whatever troops you want to do by typing in the box there as well. There we go. And so that's how to do the Primarch and stuff. I'm not really sure why I look really weird in the colors. So it must be my webcam, but I just double checked my webcam on screen here. And the only filter I have on is my green screen filter to get rid of all greens. Well, a certain type of green, cause I has a green screen on. I don't know. And now it's really fucked. Yeah, you can also hit your Primarch to transfer as well. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Okay, now you guys have me fucking my green screen filter. Bitches! Why I do this? Why do you let me touch things? I'm not supposed to touch things when I'm live, because you guys know I fuck everything up. Alright, maybe it's just the wrong color here. Alright, let's do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. See if that's helpful. There. Is that better? Did I fix it? Okay. If I attack someone with only 1 troop in my Primarch, can I win only 1 troop by destroying someone? So how many troops you attack with are really related to how many troops you're going to destroy. So if you want to destroy a ton of people's troops, you got to put more troops on your thing. So, and like Shadows in chat said, using 1 troop won't get you any glory. If you want glory, you have to lose some troops. But I have some good news, because losing troop is a shitty thing. But if you go here and we click troops, you can also push the revive button, and so you can revive troops that you've lost, which is awesome. So you can use this, which I've already revived all the dead troops that I had because Red needed troops. So we can do that there. So other things that you can do, let's take a look at the actual island itself, because this is the part that Shadows helped us a lot with, that Gox helped us a lot with, that Spooky helped me a lot with, and Marzi helped me a lot with. We're understanding the different buildings and the strategy behind them. So if you're not familiar with those names, Shadows is, of course, in chat. She is a Creators Faction member. Shadows, if you want to grab your Instagram and link it here, that'd be super awesome for chat. So she is a Creators Faction member. She is a doll. She has a great Instagram for that. And she helped us a lot with this. Gox is or the First Night Furies, his team, and he posted the little guide on forums, which is great. Spooky is a officer on the Diamond Team Digital Chaos. He helped me a lot. And Marzi is the Atlas coordinator on the Empire. So these are the teams and the guys that helped me a lot. So it was really fun. So how many troops should I put out when I want glory? Depends on yep, exactly like Shadows is saying. I think if I remember right, Gox has like stats and stuff in his guide. I don't remember if that's in something else that somebody sent me or if that's in Gox's guide, but I can definitely make sure that Gox puts it on his guide if it's not already there. But the stats for getting glory actually just recently changed, so I'll definitely check on the forums to see if it's there. But check on the forums for Gox's guide to Atlas, which is great, and it helped so much. So there's Shadow's Instagrams, to make sure you check out her Instagram. If you are a social media Instagram person, follow her on Instagram. Follow's the right word, right? I don't have an Instagram, so I don't know. Follow her on Instagram. She puts out a lot of great information, event notices, and just in general has a lot of cool stuff on her Instagram. And her puppy also has an Instagram, which is fun. So let's talk about buildings. So the first tab when we click on our level 2 castle here, Rulithia, for Team Rulith, is we can see the Primarchs here. So we can see all the Primarchs that are here, as well as how many troops people have here. So we can see all the people here. And we also can see in the garrison of Rulithia, which is right below my name, we have 132,000 troops here collectively in the garrison, which is really, really great. Yeah. So yeah, that's fun. I like that. Let's talk about the other buildings. Shadow, of course, chime in about anything that I missed, but I'm really going to soon try to cover the basics here. Hi, Raya! Thank you for the follow! So I'm going to try to cover the basics of Atlas here. I don't really want to go super in-depth with strategy. Again, if you want super in-depth with strategy on Atlas and things, check out Gox, because it's really nice to see that in a list form. So no reason for me to recreate what he's already done, which is fantastic. So the headquarters. This is the very, very first building that you need to build when you conquer a castle. So this is the foundation for building, basically. So you need this to be strong in order to build anything else. So it is great. The governor here, you can appoint governors to islands, can control all of the things on the island. The leader and the officers can control everything on anything that your team owns, but the governor can really control these things. So if you have those super active people on your team that you trust to run things, definitely think about appointing them governors, see if they're willing to do that, so they can really manage some stuff. So the headquarters here is what you need to upgrade in order to upgrade other things. So it's kind of like your builder's hut, relating to in-game things. It also gives you some neat things. Like you can see that ours gives us a 4.7% bonus XP from mines. And you do have to pay upkeep, which is like taxes on it to keep it up, which we learned the hard way. If you don't do this, then shields go down. You can also see that I can do team configuration. I can change the color that my team shows up on. Oops. No. You can see the color that my team shows up in Atlas was something to change. You can also see I can rename the continent. I can view what's in storage, and I can set infrastructure from storage. So what this means is if I lose or move from a continent area from a stronghold, the buildings that we've put aren't gone forever. They actually go into a storage but lose a level. So that's really neat. So if your team gets wiped out, it's fine. You still have all that millions of gold buildings that you spend stuff on. So this is the headquarters. Our headquarters is level 3, which is fabulous and neat. So yeah, this is neat. Then we go to the bank. The bank sounds just like what you think it is. This is where you can store food, gold, and wood. So you can set a governor. You can also set a banker, / the governor can set a banker. So what Rulith is going through right now, we actually have a master banker that's going to be taking over all of our banks. She's going to be the banker for every single one of our continents, and she has a ledger of everything, of how much gold people are donating, when people put gold into the banks to keep it safe so they can pull it out later, stuff like that. So this is the banker. This is someone that you want to be really good and really, really responsible, because they can transfer out millions of gold at a time, which is fantastic to help the team, but you really need to make sure of that as well. On here, you can also set taxes. Taxes mean if I bump the tax up, every time one of my team hits like invader base and stuff like this, it's actually going to tax the gold they get. So when they tax the gold, all of that little taxed gold goes back into your team banks and to help you build your infrastructure. So what Rulith has done recently is we had a tax of 20% to help us start things out and help us build things, and then we lowered it to 10%, and then we decided for Atlas events that require gold, we're actually lowered it to 0%. And our goal is in our Atlas think tank to get rid of a gold tax or keep it really, really small, or to get rid of a daily donation mandatory and up the tax just a little bit. So we like to do this. The reason that I lowered the tax and we decided to lower the tax at Rulith, I can't say I because it was the Atlas think tank decided to lower the tax, is we didn't want to punish the people that are really, really super active, because we do have a mandatory 200,000 gold that our team is required to donate every day. So this is gold. You can set a tax. It's neat. I can also go through here and view the ledger. So you can see that Poseidon here has donated 200,000 already today. Q has donated. You can see that I sent 2.5 million gold out to Warmonger because we had that set up. You can see that Quick has been making donations. Pan's making donations as well to get ready and keep some gold safe. So that's really neat. And then we also have food and wood here as well. I can send resources to a teammate. I can select a teammate. Use the slidey bar here. I can set up to 2 million gold, or I can use the tap boxes as well to enter something here. Da-da-da. And it only has 3 outgoing transfers, just like a player. And then, of course, I can send resources to this bank because I have access to other teams' banks. So I can send it from a different continent or different stronghold to here, or I can send it from my own storage hut to here. So I can click storage hut, send all the gold that I have as well. So that's what's going on with the bank. So I'm sorry that only half of Sapphire 2 is Atlas Rec. The rollout, it's really slow, and they are really making some changes, so it's going to be fun. Yeah, Griffin, it's going to be a while. It's okay. You guys will get it eventually. And if you're worried about, like, not being able to get stuff or fighting off these diamond teams in Atlas, they have been adding a lot of land, and if I remember right from our what was it called? The panel that we had with Dave and Echo, when we talked about this in San Francisco, they assured us that the land to team ratio is going to be really, really, really high. So there's going to be way more land than diamond teams can hold to make sure that it makes it a lot more easy for lower teams like platinum teams or lower sapphire teams to hold on to land. My advice would be, if we look back at land here and remember the levels, if you are a platinum or sapphire team, don't get your hopes up and try to hold a 5-star land. It has a lot better rewards, but these are also the really rare lands. As we can float around here, you see how many 5-star lands there are. So 5-star lands are rare, so it's going to be hard to hold on to those, near impossible, because most of the time, like Red and other teams really have their item. 4 stars as well. So what we did for our initial strategy is I wanted to go for a 2 land, because that seemed a little bit easier to hold. It's not as desirable, so that way we could sit here, we could build up some troops, we could build our infrastructures, and really focus on learning how to play the game together rather than just fighting off invaders. So this is really awesome as well. Let's go back to the infrastructure. All right. The next thing that you should be building, so we have our headquarters, which is the foundation. You have to build this. You want to make sure you get a bank going, obviously, so you can use it. And then the fort. The fort should be something that you build. If you have troops in a garrison, if you have troops in a stronghold, you need a fort. If you don't have a fort yet, don't start shoving troops in there, because it's bad shit's gonna happen. So the marshal is, again, just like the banker, someone that the governor or a leader officer can appoint to run this. The marshal disables shields and allows passage for people to go through. So if we take a look here, we get the 87 egg token bonus right now. You can see how many troops we have in our garrison. We also have a shield up. So this shield means if one of our enemies comes to our island, they're stuck there for 5.5 hours before they can leave. So if they want to leave earlier, they need to either ask us for passage or kill all of us. So if you are someone that is trying to hold it a land and people are coming to attack you, they want to get through. If you don't have a fort, they're going to try to kill you so they can get through. So it's better just to put all of your troops in one spot, build a fort, and then once you have that fort, then go put a few troops in the other one, build another fort, things like that. So that way you won't piss people off that are trying to travel, and you're less of a target that way. So start small and then move out is my personal advice. Some people may disagree with that, but that is my own personal advice. So you can see free passage down here. Because our fort is level 3, that we get free passage for 3 teams. So you can see that Dragon's Creed, we're neighbors with, and we have a no-hit with as well, so we allow them to travel, and Dread as well as our neighbors. So we put those on there, so anytime they come through, they could just keep going. Otherwise, I can push grant free passage as the leader, type in the name of the team I want to grant free passage to, and then I can just delete the free passage when I'm done, but I can only have 3 teams there at a time. So is this the red shield which shows on some castles? So right now there are no red shields up because we're in a PvP event in the main game, and so we have the lovely magical pixie sparkle shields. Ta-da! But normally if you see an atlas when there's the red rings around islands, that is a shield. So if I try to travel somewhere, it will tell me if I'm going to be delayed by using that route. So if you see something that has a red circle around the island, not this pixie shield, but it's like a full-on red circle around the entire stronghold here, that's a blockade, and that's going to delay you and things like that. Alright, more structures. So that's the tower. Or sorry, that's the fort. Now let's talk about the tower. The tower, just like the banker and the marshal, you can have a scholar. Now, the tower we just built, and we haven't really utilized very much yet, but it does have a handful of bonuses. So it does have a time cost reduction for troops, but the reason that we're starting to build our towers is for portals. So I don't know a bunch about portals. I'm still learning, just like you guys. So we can create a portal here, which we can't do yet. But if I click create a portal, what I can do is create a portal between a continent that I own and another continent that I own. So let's say we have Roulette's home right here in Alkane. And then we wanted to go over to these new lands and take, I don't know, Tamboglius. That sounds kind of like a digestive problem. If we want to take this and we own one of those castles and have a tower, we can build a portal between those two so we don't have to travel as much. We just go through the portal, which is pretty neat. Now, if you're like, oh my god, where am I? If you press home, which you see right next to my Primarch circle in the top left-hand side of your screen, press home, and it takes me home. Yay! So that's the tower, allows you to create portals between multiple lands going back and forth. And then we have the refinery, which we only have one refinery. I believe it's a Dave the Turtle. Let's go see if Dave the Turtle actually has a refinery. Nope. Who has the refinery? I thought I built one. No, apparently not. Okay. Well, the refinery has the foreman, just like the scholar, the marshal, and the banker. So the foreman grants more shard rewards from attacking poachers. So that's where it says improves crafting materials. So this is what I was told by multiple people to build last, to make sure that our bank and our fort and everything is upgraded. So that's that. That's pretty exciting. If you're going to take away one thing from the infrastructure thing, my advice is on your headquarters, there is an upkeep cost. Make sure you pay the upkeep. Okay? Okay. So that's the basics of Atlas. So let's do a few more runs here. I need some gold. I haven't done my daily donation, but I just need to do a few runs and whatnot. What level was my fort? So each island is different. So if we take a look here, oops. Yeah. Boop. Manage. So our fort on this island is level 2, and I believe our fort on Rulithia, which is our original island, is level 3. Let's go take a looky-loo. Boop, 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 boop. And this fort is level 3, yes. So your infrastructure you can build to 1 level past the level of the continent. So our continent, Alkane, is a level 2. And so that means that Rulithia can have level 3 buildings, like level 3 forts here, as you can see. But that's the highest fort that we can build. So, because as you go, if we go to headquarters, which is level 3, if I try to upgrade, it says, oh, it says because I have an upgrade going, but it won't let me. So that's Atlas. An introduction, a basic guide, not a lot of strategy in there, but it exists. So let's go hit a poacher here. Is she a poacher? If it doesn't have this little dashy line, then it can't be hit yet. So free passage team numbers go up, yes. So the level of your fort is the number of teams that you can grant passage to at a time. So for instance, let's say you have a lot of allies that want to go through. Nasty, cheers! Those confuse the fuck out of me. Let's say you have like multiple allies you want them to go through. You can only have 3 permanent allies for us on our free passage, but we can, like, if a Dread player goes through, then we can delete Dread and then add whomever, to come through. So it's not like you're restricted to 3 a day or anything like that. So you delete 1, put another in, but you're restricted to 3 at a single time for us, for the level of your fort for free passage. So yeah, good question, Jonesy. Rec, I love these hearts. Rec, did you notice that my new Twitch, I hope Nashi notices this too, my new Twitch like little avatar thingamabob is the red heart? It is a lot of work, gentlemen, but what I have noticed and what I have learned thanks to trial and error from my team, from a lot of people who have been helping us, like I said, Shadows and Gox and Spooky and Marzi and a bunch of other people, is that you really need to, my team's going to be so proud of me for saying this, you need to delegate. So you need to make sure that there are more rules. So what Rulith is doing right now is my officers actually are not going to be a governor of anything or anything like that. So what we've done is we've allowed people to submit nominations for governors. So we're going to have 3 governors because we have 3 strongholds: Jurassic World, Dave the Turtle, and Rulithia. So we're going to have 3 governors. One's going to keep track of each of those, make sure the infrastructure upkeep is paid, to make sure we're building things, to watch the gold and food and wood, stuff like that. So those governors are going to be in charge of each each stronghold there. And we're going to have 1 master banker who actually, out of her own volunteer, has been watching each log to make sure people are donating, things like that. And then that's been on them. And so what basically my role has been with Atlas has been talking about allies, to talk about no hits, to really work on that type of thing. And then today and yesterday I've been handling gold transfers. So if somebody wants and needs like 3 or 4 million gold for their Primarch, what we do is for every million gold that they want, they have 24 hours to donate. So let's take Rez, for instance. Rez, I think, wanted 2.5 million gold. So we gave him 3 days to raid that and put it into the bank that I deemed acceptable. And then I tracked all of his donations in the bank ledger to see how much he had donated. And then when he hit his goal with 2.5 million, contacted him, made sure he was online, and sent him all of that back at once. So that way his gold was safe while he raided for his Primarch, and we weren't really confused and things like that. What has helped with that is we made sure our team has prior approval, so I can actually go find one of my messages. Said, where is it? Oh, it's in my sent. There we go. So you can see, let's take a look at Gaza here. So yes, the bank transfers also take 20 minutes, and you can only do 3 per bank, but they also can transfer like 2 million at a time. So let's take a look at Gaza. This is Gaza's gold transfer. So this is to confirm he's storing gold at Rulithia. So I tell him exactly which bank to store it. So I make sure they're not all going at different places. And what has helped me is I know that we're building up the infrastructure at Jurassic World. So I was having people store gold at Rulithia and Dave the Turtle. So it was a little bit easier to distinguish that. See the gold needed. So Gaza is actually one of our designated taunters. So we have certain taunters that are designed and volunteered in some of our better bases that are at each of our strongholds to protect us, and their trade-off is they can't really go out and attack with their taunters, which is kind of a bummer. So what we've done is saying, hey, we're sorry getting attacked all the time. Thank you for doing this. So we've given them a 50% discount for all gold to level up their taunters. So Gaza here has a request for 1.5 million gold, and then I said the team bank will cover the rest because he needs 3 million. So the team bank's going to cover the rest because that's the deal we all worked out, and that's kind of what I think came up with. He has 2 days to raid, 1 day for each million, so 1.5 days wasn't going to work, so 2 days. And at the end of your total time, you'll send back what you've sent to Relithia, excluding the 200,000 a day we all donate, and add the remainder to hit 3 million. So that just talks about what I just said. So people have to get permission ahead of time, so that way we know who's donating, where is it going, and our banker can keep track of the ledgers. So that's been helpful. So in regards to workload, all I can say is delegate. And having people on your team who are really active and really want to help was awesome. So like Mrs. Mager, you can see she's popping up in my chat right now. She's actually our master banker, so she's going to get access to all our banks soon. She's been keeping the ledgers for a couple of weeks now, which is great. So yeah, it's been fun. Atlas has been kind of a shit show and kind of difficult to manage, but we're getting there. So yeah, I'm still watching for war stuff right now. Do you guys have any questions that I can answer for Alice? Like I said, I may not know like everything on the planet, but if I don't know it, I will definitely try to find out and help you guys, because that's a key. Oh, my eyes are getting so creepy. So like I said, I have like green eyes, and plus my filter's being fucky as shit. Oh my god. Do you guys see how demon-like I look? Look how demon-like I look. This is, oh, my green screen filter be going cray, bitch. Oh my god, I have to fix this. I don't know why my green screen filter has been like a shit show recently. Okay, let's try that. Is that better? Okay, now I'm less demon-like. It's definitely a new game in a game, that's for sure. But what I have found helpful, thanks Ninja for the follow! What I have found to be helpful, Griffin, is A, not to piss anyone off, but B, to really condense. So stick with one little plot of land, stick it at a level 2, make no hits with other teams, and be like, hey, can we just kind of hang out right next to here and stuff like that. So yeah, it was really helpful for us. So maybe shapeshifters. Oh, that would be so badass. I'd love to be a shapeshifter. That'd be so great. Hi, Doom, by the way. Pride Demon, you like that look? Is that because of the demon in your name? Yeah, I'm a cyborg. So it took a quick fly and destroy stuff and make an exchange. I think Atlas, okay. This is what I'm going to struggle with, Jonesy. Because the original event of boats, I hated. And Atlas is really complicated. What I've kind of imagined is, if you guys have read the book, they're like War Dragon's book, I always forget what it's called. I read that actually. It's a good little book. I got it for like free, I think, on the Apple Books, iBooks. So what Atlas is compared to the game. The game, or in the book and in the lore of the game, we're all in guilds that protect the same kingdom, is like the idea of this. And so there's warring between the guilds. It's like competitions and games and events and stuff like that. It's all between guilds of the same kingdom, is the idea of the lore behind the book. And so Atlas is now, you're warring against guilds of other kingdoms, and you fighting for territory, and you're fighting for your own kingdom. And so it's like taking this concept of doing JV sports to now doing like the Olympics. So it's prepping you for it. And I think you either love Atlas or you hate Atlas. There is no in between whatsoever. You either fucking love this or you hate it. And we have had players quit over Atlas. I'm not saying that everyone's gonna love it, but I'm too addicted at this point to say goodbye. As tempting as it was, and once you get it, it makes sense. And once you get into a flow, it kind of gets a flow. So now I understand why they started the top row in Atlas, because they're better organized than the others. For sure, gentlemen. Honestly, I think that's exactly what they did. Griffin says, I'd have to tell my team at first. My officers and my leader don't agree on one thing. Oh, geez. How am I going to make that announce your resub, Tanner? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Doomkitten. You're in between, Doom? How long have you had Atlas? A lot of people are in between for a while, but I think as they've settled, a lot of people either are kind of like, yeah, I got this, or no. I don't even know what reset button you're talking about, boo. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so yeah, so this is Atlas. Ta-da! Let's go hit a poacher because I need some shit. Red needs some beer. I'm hungry. I have some pizza in the kitchen. Like 3 weeks. All right. You've been in for a little bit of time. I always forget. Let's do Lumina. The defense in, so that's something that's been brought up on the forums, gentlemen, to see if it's a Atlas attack or not. You can't tell from the banner, if somebody's attacking you, like, for troops-wise in Atlas, but you can tell from the defense. So the defense will look like it's an Atlas, like this, or it'll look like normal game. But right now, unfortunately, they haven't worked out everything. So that's something that's definitely been brought up for something that we want. If you set for 6 months, apparently there's a knowing banner each month that wants... Oh, really? I have not seen that. That's interesting. Sorry. Yeah, happy to help Toasted Tacos. Like I said, make sure you check out the forums and Gox is posted there. I am going to try to put together a YouTube video because so many people have been asking me, not that I'm a great source of information for Atlas, but because so many people have been asking me, and a lot of people do follow my channel, my YouTube channel and here on Twitch, I just want to help as much as I can. So I'll see what I can put together. And like I said, I have no means an expert in Atlas, but I do kind of have the basics of it figured out. So if I can share the basics with you guys and what's helped me through, then hopefully that'll just be helpful for you. So. Like the other day, one of the officers barked at me for sharing your most efficient way. What? Why? Actually, here's a fun story. So back in the day, before I had like a ridiculous amount of accounts and before my tiny account was big, or bigger, my tiny account was like level 80 and I was on floating around in different teams and just kind of getting some tokens and helping out and things like that. And somebody sent a team message that was like a message that my alts team at the time, like, hey, what can I do to fix my base and make it better? And so I sent suggestions back, and the team leader sent me a message like, hey, I get that you have some good information, but you should send it to me so I can send it to the team because the team needs to respect me more than they respect you. I was like, okay. Like, I didn't know how to reply. I was like, all right, you do what you want. And so Griffin, I don't know. It's the leader runs the team how the leader wants. And so whether or not you want to be on the team is your choice. So I don't know. I'm torn. I don't agree with a lot of things that leaders do, and I'm sure a lot of people don't agree with the things that I do as a leader, which is totally fine, but there's different styles for everyone, so I don't know. What dragon is that? That was Lumina. That was Lumina Ariel. My Obsidian there. My Obsidian breeder. I'm in between in that I like easy XP for babies and rider stuff, but I hate the whole having to be village in every moment in case of attack rather than just wars. It's probably different for you being... Yeah, for sure. I definitely wanted to be away from neutral zone for our first thing, because then nobody can just kind of sit and attack us. We kind of know they're there, and we do have some allies, which is really, really helpful. I heard that Atlas attack or defense invite will have their own color in the next update, but I'm not sure if this is true. So that's what we've been asking for. I'd have to really go back, gentlemen, and check the forums to see if that is coming out, but I know it's been something that's been talked about, and we're like, please give it to us. We also really want gold to show in raids, because I want to see my replays when bitches be taking my gold. So we have that one poacher. You can see it has a check mark over it. So let's talk about poachers. So as a check, you can only hit each poacher once. If I go through here and I'm going to check details of poacher. So on the details of the poacher, when it loads, you can see that you have to attack the poacher 11 times. And the team that attacks the poacher for majority and destroys the poacher actually gets a reward. Save it. I'll do. So defeat 100% of the poacher's members to stop them from escaping and freeing their dragons. Once all the poachers are captured, your team will automatically start freeing the dragons the poachers held hostage. Once all dragons are freed, every player captured a poacher will receive bonus loot, including golden crafting materials. Poachers inside the regions with higher level contents get higher rewards. Basically, that says you attack poachers. If you kill all the poachers that are in that little like chess game piece thing like that, you get bonuses. It used to be a new color. Oh, the UI changed. Don't even. I did I tell you guys that I met, that we met the new UI lead that did not design the UI we had. And he was like, yeah, everyone hates this UI. We all hate it. I was like, oh my God. So he's been working on a new UI, and he actually gave me a sneak peek, and I was looking, and I was like, holy fuck, it's gorgeous. And the new UI is going to be like ridiculously beautiful. It's going to be a while before it comes out, but man, I saw like the attack loading screen, you know? Oh, boo. That shit was gorgeous. I loved it. Yes, Ariel, if you have gold that's unprotected and somebody attacks you that's also an Atlas, they will take your gold. And you can't tell, like, you don't know. So that's why we created this, like, this safe banking option to put your gold into team banks. That's the only place it's safe. So, yeah. Doop-a-doop. Alright, we gotta summon some troops here. Alright, and then I have to go... It's Gaza and a wolf. So I'm gonna do this. Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. So yeah. Yeah, there we go, gentlemen. Echo wrote on the forum that maybe in December, like, update comes out. Now listen. Yeah, wouldn't it be great? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of like basic Atlas run through. If you have any questions, please send me a message on the forums. That's the best way to contact me now. And I'll try to find the answer to it. I'm going to be trying to put together, again, like I said, a YouTube video for you guys, like an intro to Atlas, like what is this fuckery and what to do. Not really a strategic guide, but like, what is this shit? So hopefully that'll be helpful. As always, it's been fun hanging out with you guys. I'm glad that we had a non-scheduled like Twitch stream today. So that was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will of course see you tomorrow for our pajama stream at 11 or 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 2 hours from now in your time zone. So it's a late night stream for me. I will be in my pajamas, drinking some beer, and getting some shit done. So it's been fun. I have to go do some more stuff and really have to get on some active defending. It looks like they be calling me. So, love you guys. It's been fun hanging out. Make sure you follow my channel. Make sure you have notifications on. And I will definitely see you guys next time. So, bye guys. Have a great night.